All right. I am here with Gabriel DeWitt of Yahoo. Gabriel, thanks for joining the podcast today.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place to be recording, right?
It sure is.
So, can you just give a quick introduction to you and your role at Yahoo?
Yeah. So I'm Gabriel DeWitt. I'm the head of monetization at Yahoo, the publisher. I oversee all of the advertising strategy and execution.
Awesome. So, we're obviously talking about Agentic AI. That seems to be a very hot topic.
My favorite topic.
A lot of our favorite topics. I'm curious where you're trusting an agent today on any real world examples that you could give.
Yeah, we have done some work in production with buyer and seller agents interacting through the advertising context protocol. A large holding company was a partner and has run several production campaigns. We've been focusing on what I call Agentic Direct, which is the agentification of insertion flow process. So this isn't like the programmatic version of Agentic, but publisher to buyer direct version.
Very interesting. Where would you say that you are requiring a human in the loop in that process today, and where are you trusting agents to fully autonomize things?
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting area that's dynamic and changing. So the holding company partner required that we execute at least one version with no humans in the loop at all. They wanted to see a 100% model-driven execution, and we did it. It was a little scary. Generally, though, our default is multiple humans in the loop. So there's humans that look at the media plan, validate pricing, the structure. There's humans that will look at the creatives submitted through the process. There are humans that will look at the ad server reporting to see about pacing and things. So there's like a number of checks is available, or absolutely zero checks can be available.
The humans are exploring what's going on, which really fits with your theme this year.
Correct.
I love that. Okay. You recently wrote a very interesting blog post. I highly encourage everybody to take a look at that. And you argued that the real moat is the proprietary graph of your business and not necessarily the model. So I'm curious, like, where are you drawing the line between what stays proprietary and what runs on open protocols like AdCP?
Yeah. First, credit goes to Mikkel Bott, my lead engineer on this project. He wrote the blog.
Okay, you participated.
I participated. I was a quote at, and of course we work on it together. So it's another one of the dynamic areas of this type of execution. So Yahoo does have a tremendous amount of data about our users, about the delivery of ads for years. This is all put into a giant model, and it contains a lot of very valuable data. Now, advertising context protocol is a way for two LLM-based software systems to talk to each other. We can do that and not actually expose the data. So if the buyer agent's like, I want sports fans, we can say, we've got this many sports fans. They don't know how we figured out sports fans, but we can use all of our data to do that. We're not really leaking anything. We're allowing that buying channel to exist. Now, we can also do deeper, more granular data shares. Where we've explored that, we tend to use Snowflake clean rooms, and we're doing data matches or co-audience creation. So there's multiple capabilities. Generally speaking, if in direct sales with humans, we're giving data over to a buyer, you could choose to do that in AdCP too, or you could operate by holding some of it back. It's typically a pricing thing. There's a lot of contracts in place that prevent, data leakage or reuse or other kinds of concerns.
So staying neutral still is an option.
Staying neutral, staying protected,
Yeah.
being more generous, picking it by buyer, by company, all options.
Very good. You mentioned pricing, and I'm curious, when buyer agents and seller agents are transacting directly, what's stopping the price from collapsing to zero, and who's protecting the value of premium inventory?
Yeah, our seller agent operates on top of a model, like a framework, in which the pricing for various media types, format, size, placement, data exists. And based on what the buyer agent asks for, it calculates out the price, but it can't go below rate cards that are similar to the direct sales team. Again, this process is just an analog of the human workflow. And then you could say, well, if an agency is talking to your seller, the human, and wants a $0 media plan, what stops them from well, the human wouldn't do it because they have a rate card and it has to get approved by the finance team. All those same rules and logics are built into the seller agent.
Okay, so governance, rules, regulations, floor pricing, they all calculated in.
That's right.
Wonderful. Okay, last hot take. It's 2036. What is one job in advertising that no longer exists? And perhaps what's a new job that does?
I think that analytics, like making dashboards and running reports, is not likely to be a human oriented task. The insights, interpreting them, taking actions, perhaps are still human, but yeah, analytics is probably going away.
What's a new job that's coming?
A new job. I think that a new job is an agent orchestrator. So kind of if you're going to go with a human in the loop approach, you have a bunch of humans that are interacting at different key points in an agentic workflow. That's different. It's you're not working with other humans, but you're not fully just looking at software outputs. There's a different kind of conversational orchestration, management, monitoring, um, definition base. It's a new job class.
Yeah.
So agent minders or managers or something.
All right. I love that. We heard it here on Agents of Change, Human in the Loop with Agentic Advertising Org. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for joining us.
My pleasure.